Hey romance readers, Linda here, finally back with another video. How's everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. Sorry I didn't post last week or yesterday. And the reason is I wanted to at least have 5 books finished before I usually do an update, but 5 or 4 books, and yeah, none of that happened because the 2 books I'm reading on, one of them is Striking Distance by Pamela Clare, and the other one is The Storm, I think, by let me see what her name is. I think her name is let me see here. The Storm by R.J. Prescott. It's taken me a while to get through these. The stories are interesting. I'm interested in both of the stories. It's not like I don't want to finish them. I do want to finish them, but it's not. Both of these stories are not like those ones that you get and you start reading and you be like totally invested in the story and you can't put it down. Yeah, these are not them. I'm interested in the story, but it's not one of those stories that really catches my interest where I got to finish this before I go to sleep tonight. No, this is one of those ones you can put down, come back to it about 2 or 3 days later and just pick back up and start reading it. Yeah. Even though I like the stories, I like the characters, the story is very interesting, but it's not grabbing my attention and making me want to, like, you know, continue reading this until I've completed. No, I think I've been reading on this one and The Storm for ever since last week, trying to finish them up. Because I started The Storm. I started with that first. Like I said, I like the story, but it's not catching my interest. So I was like, well, let me try this out. And then I did the same thing with this. So that's why I'm struggling on both of these books right now. But hopefully I'm going to still go ahead and even though I haven't completed the books that I wanted to, I'm going to still go ahead and do my readers update tomorrow. Because today I'm doing a book haul. Yeah, I'm still purchasing books. You can't read them. You can't read them fast enough. But I know I can, because like I say, sometimes you get stuck on books and I hate to move on to another one. I usually try to read 2 books at one time to get through them. When both of them kind of slow going, yeah, you're not moving through anything quickly that way. I also tomorrow, I also want to do a October wrap up and just go over the books that I enjoyed and the books that I didn't and I don't want anymore. I might do a giveaway on those, give away the ones, because I'm trying to go through all my books and get rid of the ones that I don't want to keep. I'm a keeper. I usually keep most of my books, especially if I really enjoy them. I know some people, like, they read them, like my sister. When she reads a book, look, she don't even want, whether it was good, whether it's fantastic or whatever, she don't want to reread it again. If that book was great to me, I will go back and read that whole book over like I've never read it before, because it was that good. And I like to keep books that I really enjoy, because I'll be somewhere and all of a sudden a scene or something will come to me of a book that I've read, and I want to go back and read that book. But if I gave it away, I can't go back and read it. So that's why I keep my book, because I always have like a scene or something pop up in my mind or whatever from a book that I've read, and I want to go back and read it. So that's why I keep, if I really enjoyed it, if the book was fantastic, I usually keep it and go back and read it over, and because I don't read a couple of books 2 or 3 times if I really enjoyed it. But anyway, that's enough talking. Let's go on to the book haul. First up I got here is Cat Martin. I think I got this from Kroger's. I was in Kroger's and I saw this and it's Against the Night, and it's a 2 novels in one, and the other story is by Brenda Jackson. I think I put, yeah. This first story is like I said, it's by Cat Martin. It's Against the Night. I'm sorry, and it's it goes this far. This is the first book, and then the second book is oh, I bought these bookmarks. I got this out of Books A Million. I thought it was cute. I can't even find my other one. It was another one about books, but it's the first one say, "I'll stay up for one more chapter." Yeah, that's the perfect example of a great book. I'll stay up one more chapter for that. You think you're going to stay up one more chapter, but you end up reading the whole book. before the night is over and not getting any sleep and getting up the next morning, half sleep, headache, and everything else because you didn't go to bed because you wanted to finish that book. Yeah, I've done that many a time. And then this other one is Book Nerd. That's me. I got to find my other one. I don't know what I did with the other bookmark there. And this is the other book in this book. It's by Brenda Jackson, The Object of His Protection. And I don't know if this is going to be like, I don't know if this completed the story or is they just giving you part of the story. I have no idea. But I'm going to try to read both of these. Hopefully, I'll get to it. Another one to add to my to be read list. And that Cat Martin Against the Night and Brenda Jackson's, what was the name of it? The Object of His Protection. So that's a 2-in-1 book. And look, I already put my little, I haven't laminated yet, but I did stick it in my book here. Like a little bookmark. Put all of them up in here. Next I have Sarah MacLean, Wicked, and the Wallflower. And I'll read a little bit of this. When a mysterious stranger finds his way into her bedchambers and offers his help in landing a husband, Lady Felicity, look, I can't even pronounce her name. Felicity Faircloth agrees to his suspicious term on one condition. She's seen enough of the world to believe in passion and won't accept a marriage without it. Bastard son of a Duke and King of London Dark Street, Devil has spent a lifetime. Not she named him Devil. Okay. Devil has spent a lifetime wielding power and seizing opportunities. And the spinster Wallflower is everything he needs to exact a revenge years in the making. All he must do is turn the plain little mouse into an irresistible temptress, set his trap, and destroy his enemy. Oh my goodness. I got choked up over that one. But this is Sarah. I've never read anything by Sarah MacLean. And this Wicked and the Wallflower. And here goes the picture on the inside. Excuse me, something in my throat. And let me read the back of this one too. I wonder if it's, let's see. Now they don't have no synopsis in the front. I wonder if both of these synopsis for both of them. Or is it just for Against the Night? I'll read this one. Dark nights and darker sins. She's got the face of an angel and the body of, well, isn't that what he'd expect from an exotic dancer? But there is something about this woman that Johnny Riggs can't shake. The former Army Ranger is hot on the trail of an elusive drug lord and suddenly very hot under the collar as well. Disguised as a stripper, Amy's got her own agenda to pursue. Her sister is missing and Amy seems to be the only one who cares. She'll enlist Johnny's help and do her best to ignore her growing attraction to finally get some answers. But when the two trails begin to converge and reveal a sinister plot, their mutual desire is the least of their problem. They'll bring the truth to light or die trying. So I guess it's a romantic suspense Against the Night. And what it don't have what Brenda Jackson book is about. No, it don't even have a synopsis. It don't have one in here. So I guess, oh, here it is down here. Look, I'm overlooking it. I thought they were talking about somebody, but here it is. The Object of His Protection. Private investigator Dre St. John is determined to solve the case of his biological father's death, and forensic scientist Charlene Anderson will help him in any way she can. But what if he needs something more than their relationship allows? Oh, that sounds interesting too. All right, I'm going to check both of those out. That sounds interesting. But I wanted to get this because I haven't read anything about the heroine being like an exotic dancer or something like that, and then it's like it's a romantic. I guess both of these are like a romantic suspense, so try both of those out. Next I have This Man by Jodi Ellen Malpas. I read her other book, The Protector. I enjoyed it, and I've heard mixed reviews on this. Some people don't like it because the guy is very alpha male and they think he's too possessive or whatever, but stuff like that don't bother me. And like I said, I liked her other books, so I was like, let me give this a try. And I'll read the back of this. Young interior designer Ava O'Shea has no idea what awaits her at the manor. A run-of-the-mill consultant with a run-of-the-mill look, I can't even read. A run-of-the-mill consultation with a starchy country gent seems likely, but what Ava finds instead is Jess Ward, a devastatingly handsome, of course it gotta be devastatingly handsome. Look, everybody in this world is not devastatingly handsome, but okay. Utterly confident, pleasure-seeking playboy who knows no boundaries. Ava doesn't want to be attracted to this man, and yet she can't control the overwhelming desire he stirs in her. She knows that her heart will never survive him, and her instinct is telling her to run. But Jess is not willing to let her go. He wants her and is determined to have her. And I think this is a 3-book series, but I only bought this first book and see can I get through it, because like I said, this got mixed reviews, so I'm just going to read the first book and see do I like it. And if I do, then I go back, then I go and get the other 2. But if I don't, I'll just have this one. I don't have to, if I start a book and I know it's a 3-book series and it's all on the same couple. If I don't like the first book, I don't have to read the other 2. No, I'm not even going any further. That's it. And that's the same like with the author. If I read an author book and I really don't get into her first book, that I usually don't read anymore that author book, because I'll be like, yeah, this person writing is not for me. But I know you shouldn't be like that, because maybe the second book that the person write might be better. But sometimes if you don't get what they say when you go on interview, first impressions, that's why when you write a book, you need to, those first impressions counts. Because if a person reads your book and they start reading, they'll be like, especially if they can't finish it. Yeah, you've already lost money right there. It's all over. Next, I have Grace Draven, Entreat Me. Now, you all out there know I love Grace Draven, so you know I had to go purchase this one too. I've been probably going to purchase all her books. And I'll read a little bit of this. Afflicted by a century, and she usually write a romantic fantasy. Afflicted by a century-old curse, a warlord slowly surrenders his humanity and descends toward madness. Ballad of Qatar, Ballad of Qatar, Tor holds no hope of escaping his fate until his son returns home one day, accompanied by a woman of incomparable beauty. His family believes her arrival may herald Ballad's salvation until they confront her elder sister. Determined to rescue her sibling from ruin, Levan, boy, these names, look at that. Can you see it? Yeah. Lavina Duenda? Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Pursues her to a decrepit castle and discovers a household imprisoned in time. Dark magic, threatening sorcerers, and a malevolent climbing road with a thirst for blood won't deter her, but a proud man disfigured by an undying hatred might. Lavine, yeah, must decide if loving him will ultimately save him or destroy him. A tale of vengeance and devotion. This sounds like something like Beauty and the Beast to me. But I was like, yeah, it's Grace Draven, so yeah, I gotta try this out. And next, I bought this one because I was on YouTube and I heard people talking about this, and they're also doing a series. I think they're only showing it in England right now. It should come to the States. I don't know if it's going to be in the States next year. I hope so, but I've been looking at the YouTube, what is it, you know how they do they show little clips of the series on YouTube. So I've been looking at those clips over and over again. I can't wait till this come to the States because I can't wait to see it. So it's about a vampire and a witch getting together. Yeah, that sounded interesting. So I was like, I got to try this out. So let me go get this book and see what's going on. And this is another series. And like I said, I think the first couple of books are going to be on this couple. And maybe some other books are going to be on some other couples, I think. I'm not for sure. Look, yeah, don't take my word for that. But I'm going to read this first book. And if I really, really like it, I'll go back and get the rest of them if I like the first book. First impression and all that. And this is a discovery of witches. And I'll read a little bit of this. Deep in the heart of Oxford, Boyan, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that library name. But anyway, deep in the heart of Oxford Library, Diana Bishop, a young scholar and the descendant of witches, unearthed an enchanted alchemical manuscript. Wanting nothing to do with sorcery, she banishes the book to the stacks. But her discovery has set a fantastical underworld stirring, and soon a horde of demons, witches, and other creatures descend upon the library. Among them is the enigmatic Matthew Claremont, a vampire with a keen interest in the book. Equal parts history and magic, romance and suspense, A Discovery of Witches is a mesmerizing and addictive tale of passion and obsession that reveals the closely guarded secret of an enchanted world. So when I saw the advertising on YouTube for the series, because I had heard people talking about this book, but you know, it didn't make me want to buy it. But when I saw the little clips for the series, I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. So that's why I went and bought this, A Discovery of Witches. Check that out. And I have 3 more books here. These 2 I got from the library. I need to quit watching videos on YouTube, because I go there and look for other people who like romance books. I don't know who they were showing this right here, and they read the synopsis and it sounded interesting, so I was like, let me try this out. So I went and looked up K.A. Tucker, and I read the synopsis myself, and I liked it. And then I was like, then I started looking at other books she has written, and I found a couple of books. I liked the synopsis of them. I was like, okay, because I also looked at the ratings that they got, and most of her books are 4-star ratings. Have any of you read K.A. Tucker before? Do you like her writing style? So when I saw that she had a great 4-star, when I saw the ratings on her book, and most of them were 4-star, I was like, okay, let me try these out. So I got this book, The Simple Wild, and I'll read a little bit of this. Kyla Fletcher wasn't even 2 when her mother took her and fled Alaska, unable to handle the isolation of the extreme rural lifestyle, leaving behind Kayla's father. When Fletcher in the process. Kyla never looked back, and at 26, a busy life in Toronto is all she knows. But when Kyla learns that Wynn's days may be numbered, she knows that it is time to make the long trip back to the remote frontier town of her birth to attempt to fix their estranged relationship. And it's a romance too. I think she meet a bush pilot. That one made me. I don't know if he's a bush pilot, but what kind of pilot is he? I think he fly planes with her father. Let me see. Yeah, his name is Jonah, and he flies planes like her father. But they're out in the wilderness, out in Alaska, and that sounded interesting to me. A girl coming from this, you know, a totally different environment out in the wilderness, and then she got to find her way out in the wilderness, how to survive out there, because you know, in some parts of Alaska it's just like, you know, a new frontier, because you know, you don't have no lights, no electricity, no nothing, you know, you just out there fighting the elements. So I was like, this sounds good. And I got this from the library, and I need to return this back on November the 27th. So some of the books I have on my TBR that I want to read, hopefully I get through The Storm and The Striking Distance. I'm just going to start on these 2, because like I said, they are due back at both of these came from the library. So when I saw this on YouTube, I can't remember who it was. I need to write that stuff down. I would share their link with you, but I don't even remember. Sorry, my camera went out. So what was I trying to say here? Yeah, I'm gonna add these 2 to my TBR. I'm gonna read after I read The Storm and Strike. After I finally finish The Storm and Striking this, I'm gonna add these 2 so I can go ahead and finish these, because I got both of these from the library. I didn't want to, because I was gonna buy this, but when I looked on Amazon, saw how much it cost. You know, these books now they're not $12, $13, $14. I was like, no. So I was like, let me go look at on the library website and see what they have. And they had both of these, and it was another book that I wanted by her. But the library didn't have it, so yeah, I went ahead and purchased it. But I only paid $5 for it, because I used my Amazon Prime. You know, if you use Amazon Prime, they'll give you like discounts or whatever. So I used my discount, and I think the book might have been about I don't know how much it was, but I used a discount and I only got it for like $4 or $5. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get it. So let me read you the back of this one. This is Keep Her Safe by K.A. Tucker. If it have a synopsis on here, here it is. Noah Marshall has known a privileged and comfortable life thanks to his mother, the highly decorated chief of the Austin Police Department. But all that changes the night she reveals a skeleton that's been rattling in her closet for years and succumbs to the guilt of destroying an innocent family life. Reeling with grief, Noah is forced to carry the burden of this shocking secret. Gracie Richard wasn't born in a trailer park, but after 14 years of learning how to survive in the hollow is all she knows anymore. At least here people don't care that her dad was a corrupt Austin cop, murdered in a drug deal gone wrong. Here she and her mother are just another family struggling to survive until a man who clearly doesn't belong shows up on her doorstep. So I guess K.A. Tucker write like, because this sounds like it's going to be like a romantic suspense. So we'll see. And this is hardcover. And this is Keep Her Safe by K.A. Tucker. And both of these are due back on November, what did I say? November the 25th? No, let me see. November the 27th. So, like I said, I'm going to add those two. And like I said, I found 3 books that I liked of hers. The synopsis sounded good, so I ordered the other one. Like I said, I got it through. Even though I think this was maybe about, the original price maybe was $11 or $12 or $13 or something. But when I used my little Amazon Prime discount, I think I got it for $5 or $4, something like that. Because in the U.S. it costs $16, and in Canada it costs $22. It's rough in Canada. It's very expensive. But I also got this. I purchased this one right here because I couldn't find this one on the library website. So I went ahead and purchased it. And this is Until It Fades. And when was this written? This was in 2017. And I'll read a little bit of this. 24-year-old truck stop waitress and single mother Catherine Wright has simple goals: to give her 5-year-old daughter a happy life and to never again be the talk of the town in Bassam, Pennsylvania, population 3,000 outside of tourist season. And then one foggy night on a lonely road back from another failed date, Catherine saves a man's life. It isn't until after the police have arrived that Catherine realizes exactly who it is she has rescued. Brent Madden, hockey icon and media darling. So when I saw that he was like a hockey, the male character was going to be like, his occupation was a hockey player, I was like, okay, I'm all in already. So I had to get it. So that's why I went ahead and purchased this. I was trying to find it on the library website, but it went on. I was like, no, why? So I went ahead and broke down and purchased it. I was going to purchase it, but when I saw that I had like some money available through Amazon Prime, I was like, fan-freaking-tastic. And I think, like I said, I think I paid about $4 or $5 for this. And let me see when this one was published. I think this might have been published lately. This was 2018. And this is... This also was 28. This is January 2018, August 2018, and this was July 2017. So I hope these are good. Like I said, all of these had like 4-star rating. Most of them were 4-star ratings on K.A. Tucker. So I hope I've discovered a new author for this year too also. And I hope these will be really, really good. I hope so. And so if any of you read any of K.A. Tucker books, let me know if she's a good writer or not. All right, that's all I have for now. Until tomorrow, like I said, I'm going to come back tomorrow. And whether I finish those 2 books that I'm reading on or not, I'm just going to give an update and we'll go from there. So have a good, continue to enjoy your evening. And I'll see you tomorrow sometime. Keep reading those romances. Bye.